Hello, I'm Sonya Ashley, the founder and CEO of Phallus on Purpose, where we support low-income single mothers, providing them with the resources and tools needed to aid and support their professional and personal development. In the community, we serve firstborn to unwed mothers. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey.
Hey, welcome,
Thank you.
everyone. Welcome to Science Boss Up Corner, where we are all things boss.
Yes.
Boss beauty, boss life, boss up. We are super excited. We are super excited this week. We have a good one, guys. We have this beautiful queen here in the building. We want to thank her so much for being a part of the Boss Up Corner. So we're going to just dive right in. And I want to introduce my guest this week. It is Shannon Claxton of Mocha Yoga.
Hi, Miss Sonya. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Okay, guys, as you come in, you know what to do. Let's give her a warm welcome. Let's give her some thumbs up. We are so excited to have you this week. We're super excited to have you this week. So let's just dive right in. Let's just introduce. Tell us a little bit about Shannon.
Okay, so my name is Shannon Claxton. I am the founder of Mocha Yoga. We are a wellness and mindfulness company. We educate, empower, and elevate our clients through yoga, breath work, meditation, affirmations, and journaling. I also created a wellness empowerment deck for anyone dealing with PTSD. It's a deck, I call it Wellness on the Go. It's filled with affirmations, it's filled with journal prompts, as well as mindful activities such as breathing exercises, and also just prompts to get you out the house.
Awesome. And you are, I know you said for ex-military, you are ex-military, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I've did 8 years in the military, Army Reserves, and I did one tour to Afghanistan. And that's actually where I started my yoga practice, in Afghanistan. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Amazing. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for your service. You know, I come from a family of Army, Navy, and, all the Air Force. My daughter's Air Force now. So thank you so much for your service. We salute you.
Thank you.
So just tell us how you got started in the business. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so like I said, I started my first yoga practice in a small room in Afghanistan. A couple months later, I came back home. I was working at the post office. I had worked my way up from working on the weekends to actually becoming a carrier. And I was super proud of myself, but at the same time, I was still unhappy, right? Mm-hmm. So, I went away on vacation and I was speaking to a good friend of mine, and she just posed the question, what would you do if money was not an option? What would you do for the rest of your life? And I was like, yoga, because I wake up, I drop my kid off to school. I wake up early, drop my kid off to school, and then I try to get time in to do my yoga before going into the post office. And when I tell you, Miss Sonya, I hated the post office. I felt like it was something I had to do because it was like a constant check. The money was good. The benefits was good. I was going to be here for the next 30 years and retire. And I had to come to the realization that that's not me. You know what I'm saying? That was not me. I hated getting up. I hated people telling me what to do. I hated people having control of my schedule. So I came back and I stopped working at the post office. And I took a teacher training for yoga so I could be able to offer yoga and the benefits of yoga in a more professional way, right? So I took my teacher training in 2019. I registered my business in May of 2019. And then from there, I've been taking off from there.
And that takes some kind of faith to step out, and then especially leaving the post office. That's like the best job. People fight to get it.
Who leaves the post office?
Who leaves the post office? All those benefits. So that really took like a leap of faith.
Yes, ma'am. A leap of faith. And at that time it was really a leap of faith. Like I didn't know what was going on. I had already tried multiple other businesses, like I did lash extensions, I did skincare. And
Wow.
of course those businesses was great, but they didn't take off the way Mocha Yoga has taken off in the last 2 years. So it's very much faith in God, baby.
And that's how
I put that
we.
work in, but you know that work is not good unless you have that faith. So
Yes, definitely, definitely. You got to believe, know that, just believe in it. Believe in that your vision and that it is more. Just like you said, this wasn't me. And I've been there, been on a job that I hated. I mean, making good
yes.
money, supervisor, running things, but I was miserable, just totally miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
And
totally
that
get that. Mm-hmm.
yeah. And that job, being miserable at your job tends to bleed into your regular life, your life off the job. You know, you're more snappy, you're more
Mm-hmm.
angry, you know, you have less patience because you have to put a lot of patience into having to deal with the work at your job. So coming home, you feel like, I need to take this mask off. And then when you take it off, it's just like anger because I hate it at this job.
Yes, yes, we totally get that. And guys, the viewers are coming in. As you guys come in, we appreciate you coming in. Go ahead and
Yeah.
drop the city and state that you're viewing from. Go ahead and drop that, and we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. But I totally, Shannon, I totally, can relate to that, like being miserable, and it affects all areas of your life, even with the health, because it started affecting
Hmm.
my health. So yeah, I had, going to the doctor, and I'm crying in the doctor's office, like, oh my God, and she's like, okay, you got to make a decision. Yeah. And that's,
Right.
yeah. So you get to that point. Okay. Either I'm going to, I'm just going to step out because I know it's more in me and I know it's something else, another calling. So definitely I can relate to that. So, I mean, kudos to you just stepping out and trusting God, and look what God has
Right.
done. Yes, calling our calling, and I tell people just finding your purpose.
Finding
That's
your
a
purpose. That
yes,
is your purpose.
yes, yes. So definitely, the name Mocha Yoga. I just love it. How did you come up with that name? I just love the name.
Mocha yoga, it was more so of I love the name Mocha yoga because it kind of rhymes. There's nothing behind the Mocha yoga. It just rhymes. And then when I thought about mocha, it's like, okay, it's coffee, but then it's also black. So, you know, black yoga. I'm a black woman. This is a black
Yeah.
owned company. So I wanted that to be on the forefront. And also, you know, this yoga may not be your cup of tea, or I might be your cup of tea. You never know. Or your cup of coffee. You never know. But if you give it a try, I promise you, you're gonna like it.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Yes, hey, so you hooked. I love it because, yeah, I really enjoy your classes. I do. And guys, as you chime in, just if you have any questions for Shannon, go ahead and get those questions ready. We'll be able to ask questions later. We're
Yes.
going to put her in the hot seat. So thank you so much, guys, for chiming in. So yeah, definitely. So what keeps you motivated every day? Like, just keep going, and what's your why? Like, this is why
My
you. Mm-hmm.
So my why for Mocha Yoga really started as making yoga more accessible for anyone. Because again, I got yoga. My first yoga class I took in Afghanistan. Right? Who would
Yes.
think that you would take a yoga class in the middle of a war zone?
Yeah.
So I knew the so also with that thinking and then knowing the benefits of yoga, I came home thinking like, hey, like if I can find a quiet, safe space in the middle of a war zone, we can create that quiet, safe space here at home, right? Because we're
Yeah.
all going through our own wars, whether you're in a war zone, whether you're dealing with family, whether you're dealing with finances, whether you're just dealing with personal development, we're all dealing with our own wars. So I wanted to make sure that when I created Mocha Yoga, I wanted it to be a safe space where people can have access to yoga and the benefits of yoga. So
Yeah.
that's my why. My why is to increase the accessibility of yoga and the benefits of yoga.
And I love it because I remember taking your first class. We were outside. I came to your location and we were outside, and it was definitely I love that you know that you just offer you're mobile. You'll come to where we are, and you also
Yeah.
offer virtual classes as well. We took your virtual yoga classes. It's just I love the way that you do. You make it accessible, and you make it you come wherever we are. I just love that.
Yes, it's about having yoga at your own time, at your own space, at your in your own space, at your own pace. So doing the online classes makes it easy for people who don't have much flexibility in their schedule, but they definitely would love to take a yoga class. I do the in-person classes, and I make sure those are mobile because of course, you might try to want to take a yoga class. Maybe you would like to have a private yoga teacher in your face, but you don't have the car or you may not have the means. Hey, if
Yeah.
that's the only reason why you're not taking this yoga class, let me get that out the way for you. Let me come to you, right? So
Yeah.
I even took it a step farther because some people, this could be their first yoga class. They're trying something new out and they don't have a yoga mat. So I started bringing complimentary yoga mats to class as well because again, I don't want anything to stand in the way of you receiving the benefits of yoga, the many benefits of yoga. So I try to take everything, all the blocks out the way for anyone. So the only thing that I ask people to show up to class for with is an open heart. Because if you come there and you're like, oh, this is hard, I can't do it, I ain't never been in yoga, I don't have a yoga body, I'm not flexible enough, you have already lost. You know, you've lost. But if you come in with an open heart and you say, this is my first time, but I'm gonna give it the best. Or I may not have quote unquote a yoga body, but I'm gonna try to get into these different postures. Or I'm not flexible enough, but I'm gonna take it to where it feels great for me. Then that's different. You know what I'm saying? We're changing our perspective, we're changing our view, we're changing from I don't do that to let me try.
Yes, yes. And I love that you meet people right where they are because I remember taking your first class and you're so you're not, the environment you create, non-judgmental zone. I love that because I'm like, this is my first time. I don't know what I'm doing. And you're just so, yeah, you're so sweet, but you meet them where they are and, and just make it to the point to, okay, I want to try. I want to do it. I want to go back to her class because, you just work with them, to work with them.
Yes.
So I love that. I really love
Yeah. In
that.
yoga, we learn about practicing non-judgment. I love that because outside of the yoga class, we feel like we're being judged. And of course we are. We're being judged all the time, especially in this social media era. You know, you're being judged by the amount of likes you get, the amount of comments you get, you even judging yourself. You know what I'm saying? I can't whenever we get something wrong, dang, I'm so dumb, or we don't have the amount of money we would like to see. I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Like we're judging ourselves. So I like the fact that when we're in yoga, there's nothing to be, we shouldn't be judging ourselves for anything. Just meeting yourself where you're at is the most important, is the most important piece right there.
Yes, and I love you do that. You definitely do that. Wow. And we have some people checking in. We appreciate you. Brittany, I see you. Jasmine, Heather, we have them. They checking in from Griffin, Georgia. Lathonia. I mean, yes, let's shout them out. So we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. We appreciate Atlanta, Georgia. We appreciate you. Yeah,
Do we have any Virgin Islanders in the building?
let me see who we have from Georgia. We have Chantel, Asia. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So we do have a question for you. We do. How long have you been teaching classes? That's from
So
Chaz.
I've been teaching from since 2019, so it's going on about 3 years. However, I've been practicing since 2013
Oh wow,
or
amazing.
2014. I got deployed in 2013, the end of 2013. So been practicing from since 2014.
Oh wow. Oh, and it says an echo. They can hear an echo when I'm speaking. Let me make sure everything's turned down. Uh, is it?
Period. We got some VI in the house.
So yeah, my phone, I have my volume down. So oh, I hope you guys, I hope it's not a big interference. So what are some of your goals? What are like your short-term goals? What do you see like 2 years, 2 to 4 years? What are some of your goals, your short-term goals?
So
goals?
some of my goals are I would like to start hosting retreats for women to get away. I also would like to open my own yoga studio, and I don't want this to be like any regular yoga studio. I want it to be an experience every time you walk in. So I want there to have light therapy, sound therapy. I want there to have the VR situation where you get, if you feel like you want to take a hot yoga class, we can take a hot yoga class in the Sahara Desert. So so that's my yoga class, my yoga studio, as well as sharing and raising awareness, maybe getting a contract with the government for my wellness empowerment deck. So those are about three goals that I'm working on now.
I love it. I love it. I love that. So yeah, so I'm loving this and I'm enjoying this. And since day one I met you, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to stay connected to her. Oh, and we should tell how we met. That is it's the craziest thing. Do you remember?
Yeah, tell them.
The craziest thing is like we're both entrepreneurs, right? So we're in the Office Depot off Tara Boulevard, and I had
Yes.
to come get some coffee. She's in there doing the same thing, getting flyers made. And I think we asked a question or something. It was like, oh, you're what we need to do to get in line or get,
Right. How do we get
yeah.
on print?
And
And then,
from yeah, and we just connected from there. Like, oh, by the way, what you do? I see your flyers, my
mm,
flyers. What you do? And we stayed connected from that day. So it was like the weird.
yeah.
I gave her
And
my flyer, she gave me hers, and I went to the yoga class. Yeah.
yep. And I came to the Fab on Purpose where you had all the different business owners around. And I was like,
Yes.
okay, look at Miss Sonya. She really about this thing. Yes, I love it because it was the energy of that space was beautiful. Like not only were we able to shop with the different vendors, but we was able to talk about our business. We was able to drop different gems, connect with other business owners that may be coming back for where we're going. So I really love that space and that event that you created for sure.
Oh, and I appreciate you showing up. I do. I forgot about that. But yep, you came, you showed up, you supported, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of more events coming 2022. We'll get the chance to support each other, just uplift each other. And go ahead and tell us how we can stay connected to you. How can we support you?
So my website is the Mocha Yoga, and that's TheMochaYog.com. I'm also the Mocha Yoga on Instagram as well as Facebook. If you sign up on my website, make sure to sign up for the newsletter because I do drop exclusive tea, exclusive information for my members. You can also find me on the Self Care Retreat. It's an online membership for growth minded women. It's an online community for growth minded women. And we are offering a 30 day free membership. And from there's 5 coaches in the retreat. We have life coach, we have financial literacy coach, we have leadership coach. Of course, we have the health and mindfulness coach, and then we have a career services coach. And each week we're dropping gems. We have monthly open houses where we come together to learn, to grow, whether it's in our business, whether it's in ourself, our spirituality, our mental health. So those are the 3 places that you can find me.
I love it. I love it. So guys, make sure you follow her on Instagram, Facebook, all the different platforms, social media. We want to support this beautiful queen. So make sure you follow her. You go to the website, subscribe for that newsletter, and stay connected to her. Stay connected to her. And you will see her doing some events with Fabulous on Purpose the upcoming year because we're going to definitely
Yes.
connect this year and make it happen. So I definitely appreciate that. So before we get out of here, tell us what keeps you going like every day you get up? Like what motivates you to just, because do you ever feel like you want to give up? And what make yeah, well, tell us what makes you keep going.
On the days where I feel like I don't want to get up out of bed, because of course we still deal with those things. I just remember what my why is and why I started this. And my why is really to create legacy, is really to share the benefits of yoga by creating legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's me leaving something for my daughter to be able to say whether she wants to carry on or if she wants to break off and do her own thing. I just want to be an example to my daughter to say that you can create anything that you put your mind to as long as you have that faith in God. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's why.
I love it. Yeah, definitely. Just leaving a legacy for the babies, and just you being an example, and you are a great example as far as, for your baby and being that mother, a strong mother, just out there making it happen, just watching your
Mhm.
business just grow. And I'm so proud of you, like so proud of you, and just
Thank you.
humbled. And I feel like blessed to be connected to you, such
Same
this
here.
spirit. Yeah, from day one, like you just have this sweet, humble spirit and I'm like, oh my goodness, she's like the sweetest person. So anything to support. So guys, you make sure you go hit up the website. We have the website. It's strolling across the bottom of the screen. Make sure you write it down or you go ahead and type it in your phones and go ahead and check the website out and follow her on all social media platforms. Make sure we support this beautiful queen. I love you.
Yes. I love you too, Miss Sonya.
Yes, sweetheart. Thank you so much for joining us. And guys, we appreciate you. We appreciate you joining us tonight. I
Yes.
don't think there's any more questions. Any more questions? Y'all better drop them fast. Drop them
Yeah,
fast. We
I
gonna
have no questions. I know about yoga, meditation, any meditation questions, any breathing, breath control questions, questions about journaling, affirmations. Anybody has any questions, I'm willing to answer.
and that'd be and that would be awesome class for us to like put together like soon. Put together something
Hmm.
soon. So definitely we have to connect. Once we get off here, we're gonna connect.
Yes. I just recently hosted a visions and yoga party where the participants came together for yoga. We did about 45 minutes of yoga. We ended with a meditation and then we did our journaling. But before that, well, we did our journaling, right, to set our tone for what our goals are for the upcoming year. And then
Mhm.
after that, we created vision boards. So those are some of the types of things that I do. I also create yoga classes for different groups. Like, of course, we did your yoga class. But if
Yes.
you're in a mom group or you have a group of friends that you would like to host a yoga class, I do group yoga classes. So where I come to you and your group and we set up and we do a yoga class. Again, you don't have to have a yoga mat because I come prepared with everything that you need.
Yes, you do. And then you do parties too, birthday parties.
Yes, ma'am. Birthday parties, girls' night in. I
Mhm.
also work at the colleges and universities around here. So if you're a college student and you want to bring Mocha Yoga to your college or your university, or do you work in a department there, I'm more than happy to come in, set up, and post a yoga class for your community.
Awesome. And we have a couple more questions before we get out of here. So Chantel said, how often do you practice yoga to have the best results? So often,
So,
yeah.
so as far as the best results, your best results is going to differ from mine, right?
Mhm.
So, I tell people when they're beginning at least 3 times a week just to build that muscle memory, right? And then from there, you can increase however much you want to do it. And then from 3 times a week, it can go from 10 minutes all the way to an hour or longer, just depending on what your goals are. So, I would suggest something that you know that you can keep up with. For me, myself, I started with 3 times a week, an hour long.
Okay.
And I knew that was something that I can dedicate my time for because I don't want to say 3 times a week and knowing I have only 2 free days, right? I'm gonna always be sad because I didn't get that third day. So you have to make sure that your yoga goals are something it fits in. You have to intentionally fit it into your life. So you don't
Yeah.
want to say I'm going to practice yoga 5 days a week, knowing you don't have 5 days a week for yoga, right? So you want
Yes.
to be intentional about setting that goal. So I think 3 times a week or 2 times a week is a great way to build up that confidence in that
Mm-hmm.
goal. And then you can extend from that. We also
Awesome.
have a question here from Instagram, and it says, "How can I stay focused when I'm in meditation?" And I love this question. So,
Mm-hmm.
meditation is basically focusing or being aware of something, right? It can be a breath, it could be a color, it could be sound, it could be your body, it could be anything that you decide to focus on, right?
Mhm.
Our mind, its job is to wander. It remembers different things that we did when we was younger. It remembers things that we did yesterday. It worries about things that we have not even done yet, right? So the mind's job is to wander. Our job in meditation is to stay focused on whatever it is that we're supposed to be aware of. So let's say we're working on our breath, right? We're working on our breathing. We're focusing on our breathing, noticing our breath, noticing how it feels going into the body, out of the body. Our mind goes to, I wonder if my kid ate. So now we feel like we're no longer meditating because we're no longer worrying about our breath, right?
Yeah.
At that time, we have to notice that where our mind has gone to, did my kid eat, right? And then we gently bring that mind back to my breath. Oh, I'm worrying about my breath. So in that moment, you're not mad at yourself because you stopped worrying about your breath. You should be happy that you found out that you stopped worrying about your breath and now you brought it back to the breath, right? So it's all about it's like mental training. So the more you can gently guide your mind back to focusing on that breath for that amount of time that you set for yourself, then that's the whole point of meditating. And the more that you meditate, the more often you meditate, that muscle memory becomes is it comes back
Yeah.
because now you can quicker stop your mind, or not stop your mind, but you can quicker catch your mind when it wanders, because again, that's what the mind does, right? It wanders. So the quicker we can catch our mind from wandering, how that in meditation, how that translates to outside of meditation is if we're reading a book, sometimes we have to stop and reread that sentence again because our mind was somewhere. It helps with that because now our mind is not focused on our breath, but we're focused on the sentence, right? We're focused on this work that we're doing. We're focused on this conversation that we're having because in meditation we have practiced when my mind wanders from what I'm supposed to be focused on in this present moment. All I have to gently do is return it back to here. And
Hmm.
so,
I
yeah.
love that. Me too. I love that.
Thank
And
you.
we have another question on the chat. What's a good time in the day to do yoga? I do hear echo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your audio is coming out great over here. So I don't know about that. But the question was, what is a good time to practice yoga?
Yeah, what is a good time in the day to do yoga? For
Okay.
teacher.
So in teacher training, we learned about the ambrosia hours, right? So the ambrosia hours is from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. And that's supposed to be the godly hour. That's the hour when the world is right before the world wakes up and it's so quiet. And that's the time that we are supposed to dedicate to God, to our practice, to our ritual, to whatever, devotion, whatever, because everything is quiet. But as a working as a working woman, sometimes me waking up from 4 to 6 a.m. may not be okay, and it may not be okay for me because I may be working night shift, I may be doing something else, my kid may be getting up at a certain time. There's different things. So to that, I would say you again is what works with your schedule,
Mm-hmm.
right? If
Yeah.
you have free time at 4 to 6 a.m. in the morning and you're willing to wake up before your alarm goes off to start your day, then kudos to you. Do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not a morning person and you tend to be more open and up throughout the night, and you find that meditating at 11 o'clock at night works for you, do that. The whole
Mm-hmm.
thing is it doesn't matter when you do it, it matters that you're consistent with the time that you do it and for
Consistent.
the amount of time, the length that you do it. So if you promise that you will get up, you will set a timer for 5 p.m. and then from 5 p.m. to 5:15, you're just like focusing on your breath. That's you. That's your meditation practice. And not only is that you, but it works with your schedule and it's giving you everything that you need. Who's to say that's wrong? I don't think that's wrong because you're
Mm-hmm.
still getting the same benefits from this meditation practice, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you're meditating at 6 o'clock, that doesn't in the morning, it doesn't make you better than the person that's meditating at 6 o'clock at night. That's just our schedule.
Yes, I love that. And consistency is key. And
Consistency and
yes, it's key.
passion.
And so we have another question. So from Heather, Heather says, what teaching method do you enjoy most?
What do you mean by teaching method? Like as far as online versus in person, or the type of yoga do I teach? And
Mm,
if
yeah, Heather. If you still hear Heather, go ahead and specify like what type. I mean, what do you mean like teaching method?
I mean,
Like
I like
yoga?
to teach in person because, of
Mhm.
course, the energy, you're there with people.
Yes.
But as far as the type of yoga, I've been trained to teach Ashtanga yoga, which is more of like a militant type yoga. Then I've been taught certified to teach Vinyasa yoga, which is more of the party yoga, the one where you link your breath. But I think my favorite is yin yoga. So it's more, or restorative yoga. So it's more of like that slow movement. Every posture that I do is helping my muscles is helping to restore my muscles. It's slowing. I tend to move slower on the mat because throughout my daily as a mom, as a business owner, I'm on a list, right? I'm on a schedule. So I tend my personal practice and what I tend to teach is more of a slower movement and linking our movements with breathing a couple breaths before we move on. Because I want you to tune into your body and see what your body is telling you. See the quality of your thoughts. See if you're breathing, the quality of your breath, like things that we don't necessarily take the time to slow down and tune into when we're off of the mat.
Yeah. Oh, she said
Yeah.
the type of yoga.
So restorative yoga, vinyasa yoga, and ashtanga.
Awesome, awesome. So thank you so much. Oh my goodness, this has been fun, but I know we got to get out of here. But thank you so much. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you. Make sure to like and share the video. Like and share the video, and make sure you head on over to the Mocha Yoga dot I think com. Let me
Yes,
go ahead and put that
ma'am.
back up for you.
TheMochaYoga.com on
Yeah.
all social medias and my website, Facebook, Instagram, TheMochaYoga.com. Today, if you're here today, if you would like to sign up for a private class or a private group class, you can use the code THANKS21 and that'll give you $25 off of any class. So
Awesome.
thanks,
Thanks,
21. Thank you
$21.
for being here. Yep. So the
Yep.
fact that you even intentionally took the time out of your day to show up here, you have been gifted.
Oh, we appreciate it so much. So thanks, 21. Let's drop that in the chat. So if you want
Yes.
to, yes, thank you so much, Jasmine. If you want to go ahead and schedule that class today, go ahead and head to the website and make sure you use the code thanks 21. We
Mhm.
appreciate you so much, Shannon, for joining us. This has been refreshing and just so amazing. And yes, you were so great. So we appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow, support her. And as always, remember you are fabulous on purpose. This is Sonya's Boss Up Corner. Catch us back here next week, same time, same place, Thursday, 7 p.m. And we'll see you again next week, guys. Thank you so much. Good night.
Night.